Hey everyone, it's day 17 of SSSVEDA vlogging reading in April, and today's topic is pets. Um, I don't have any pets right now, but when I was about 10, my family got a dog. She was a mix of Border Collie, Black Lab, and something we didn't know. And um, her name was Sydney, and she passed away maybe 10 years ago. I don't really remember. Um, she lived at my dad's after my parents got divorced, so I don't remember. I didn't really see her much after the divorce. So, but she was pretty old. I think she might have been like 15 or 16, so she lived like a long time. And I remember she had cataracts, and my dad has a fish pond in his backyard, and she fell into it at one point because because the cataract, she couldn't see where she was going. So, she kind of fell in or something. And I think it was soon after that my dad made the decision that we had to put her down, but just because of how she was doing, um, and so that was sad. But and then let's see. Oh, and then for a while when I was in my early 20s, I had an African dwarf frog that I named Abby, and she lived in a little aquarium. I bought her at Target, and I had her for a while, and then let's see. Oh, and then during that time, I also had a couple fish, and I had moved Abby into like a bigger fish tank, um, and there was room for other fish, so I added two little fish, and one was pink and one was blue, so I named them Pinky and Stinky. Which this was during the time when Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears were dating, and that was their nicknames for each other. And since the fish were pink and blue, I was like, well, I'm just gonna call him Pinky and Stinky. And let's see. And then for about 8 years, I had two cats, and I had found them abandoned around my dad's house. And this was like the year I graduated high school, like right after I graduated high school. And I found them abandoned, and I couldn't find their owners. And so I had really wanted cats. I'd always wanted a cat. And so I was like, I'm keeping these cats since nobody else is claiming them. And they were brother and sister. And the vet determined they were brother and sister, I guess, based on the fact that they were like basically the same age. And the boy was tuxedo, his black and white, and the girl was tortoiseshell coloring. And I named them Xander and Cordy. And yeah, that's characters from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And they kept an eye out for each other all the time. If one of them couldn't find the other, they would freak out and come crying to me, and basically cry to me until I helped them find their lost sibling. Um, Xander got, I don't know how he did this. He got lost in the couch once. He they weren't declawed or anything, so they had their claws, and they didn't really have a scratching post except for the furniture. And we had like old couches anyway, so it didn't really make much of a difference to us if they did this. But they scratched up the side of the couch, and they could. It actually, they did it so much that you could peel back the side fabric of the couch. And he was able. We didn't know this until this day, that he was able to get in there. And so Cordy couldn't find him, and she comes crying to me. And um, so we're walking around the house, and it was like a game of Marco Polo. One of them would cry out, and then the other one would answer, and we, try to figure out where he was. And so he was in the couch, and he couldn't come back out because of the way it was, nailed together and everything. He must have figured out he was going to get hurt if he tried to come back out. So, couches have that like really thin lining at the bottom. And so, like I said, the couch was old and already beat up anyways. So I took a pair of scissors and cut it and pulled him out. So uh, the couch basically gave birth to a cat. And they found each other and they were all happy and everything like that. But then it was really hard. When we moved, um, we could not find a place that accepted pets, so we had to give them up, and that was really hard for me because those were babies. And yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore. And oh, and then when I was like really little, we had a goldfish, and I don't know if I named it or not. I was like really little, and we just had it in one of those fish bowls. It doesn't have a cover or anything like that. And we were either out of town for the day or I don't know, something. And I just remember that we came home and the fish was on the floor. So he'd committed like little fishy suicide for whatever reason. I don't know. We had fed him always, so I don't know what happened. We didn't have any other pets, so it's not like he got all freaked out. Um, and then it really wasn't my pet, but I thought he was. My mom had a cat. Um, he was named Simon, and he liked to go outside. And even though he was an indoor cat, he liked to go outside. And so my mom would take him out into the yard with her. And so one day she did that, and he usually just followed her right back inside. But this one day he didn't. And there's a bunch of dogs that live in the houses that back up to my mom's backyard. And so I think that maybe, I don't know, like the dog started barking or something and it freaked him out and he ran off. Instead of running into the house, he ran away from the house type of thing. But it's been over 2 years now and he hasn't come back. And he used to do this thing where he would run up and down the hallway, and all the bedrooms have carpet, the living room has carpet, but the hallway is hardwood or fake hardwood. And he used to run up and down the hallway, and he would sound like a little galloping horse, just going back and forth, all crazy. And yeah, he was nuts. I don't know how these cats pick us, that they're all super weird, but yeah. So that's it for today. All my pets, and that's it. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.